Hi guys, welcome to my YouTube unboxing channel, and today we have another unboxing. So I am excited to take this because I just started my spring break holiday and I got cargo on the first day, so that's really good. Inside here is a watch from a company that until recently I had never heard of. And I still don't know a whole lot about the company, but once I visited their website after seeing a video for all of 30 seconds to a minute on YouTube, I decided to navigate over to the website and check it out. And I found a watch there that I liked, and I decided I would give the company a try. So here we are. This is Aragon. And you see it says wing engineered. So in actual fact, I think a couple of years ago, I saw some video, something about a Wings anniversary party or something, and I could see that broadly it was a watch company, but I didn't understand anything about it, and it sort of went out of sight, out of mind. But nonetheless, now I guess I'm the proud owner of a watch here. So let's find out what we got inside. Feels fairly solid, the packaging. Quick wristwatch check reveals that I'm wearing my Pagani Design PD-1701. The sort of homage to the Omega Speedmaster AK project or the Moonswatch mission to Mars. I haven't worn this watch all that much, but I do like it. Seems to wear a little small. I guess it's 40 or 42 mil, but it seems like it wears a little small. Maybe it's just because I've been wearing a 44 mil watch. But now I've completely jumped the shark because this is 50 mil. And I do not have a watch that is 50 mil. But this one is 50 millimeters. Now this is the Divemaster 2, and this is in titanium. So we have a titanium case. I mean, look at it. It's like bigger than life. And we have a sapphire bezel insert with superluminova on the dial and on the bezel indices. So this is the first watch I've had that has lume on the bezel indices, so I'm excited about that. And this was my first watch with a sapphire bezel insert, and now this is my second with a sapphire bezel insert, so that's quite smooth there. And of course, I don't have any dial quite like this. This is sort of a sunburst effect. And as you can see, this is Divemaster GMT. So this features the Seiko NH34. We've got a date at 3 o'clock. These are applied indices. It's got a nice effect there. And what else do we have? Got a screw down crown with 200 meters of water resistance, and we have an exhibition case back with a customized rotor there. So that's not all that bad. And it looks like sort of an FKM rubber here. Now they do include a longer south side for bigger wrists. Obviously, as this is 50 millimeters case width, fairly big boys tend to favor this watch company, and not surprisingly would have larger wrists than my 7.5-inch wrist. I don't think I'll get too much use out of the larger south side bracelet, but maybe if something goes wrong with this, I would obviously switch over. Now I could see on the website that you could upgrade to a deployant clasp. I didn't realize that until I looked at the site today for some extra specs and details. So yeah, we've got a screw down crown. which is not all that fat. It's a large crown, and we've got it's customized with the Aragon logo there. Let's see if we can see that. Kind of a nice sort of four-pointed star. And what do we have? Unidirectional bezel, sort of stiff, I should say, and the clicks are a little odd, a little unusual, but it is a titanium bezel and a titanium case with a titanium case back that's screw down, 13.6 millimeters case thickness. So I guess you could say that that's thin for a 50 millimeter. Let's do some comparison here. Let me take this Pagani design off and look at the case sizes side by side, because I'm going to be curious. My God, it dwarfs it, right? So that's going to be fun to wear. And I like the color. I thought the color of the dial was kind of nice. It's sort of Tiffany inspired, but then a little more sort of turquoise, I guess, because it's metallic, whereas most Tiffany dials you see are sort of a flat, perhaps glossy too, but they don't have that metallic undertone. You certainly don't see a Tiffany dial with a sunburst effect. So we've got painted on brand logo, Aragon Divemaster, and down there the information at the bottom is also painted on, as you expect. And it's interesting, we have sort of a skeleton effect with the GMT hand. That's pretty cool. I don't know if you can really see it there. There we go. That's good. You can see it's like, I don't know what it's made out of. Maybe it's a plastic hand, because I can't imagine that is made of metal as thin as those red lines are on the GMT hand. But you see it goes all the way out there. So obviously the bezel is for referencing the second time zone. And looks like it lines up. Oh, well, hold on. I went one too far. Just seeing if it lines up right at the 12. Yeah, that's a really stiff bezel. Yeah, it lines up very nicely at the 12 o'clock. And I love the hands look pretty good. Let's charge it up and see what we got in terms of lume. I think this glows green, if I remember correctly. Nice big hour and minute hand, sort of a ladder effect on the minute hand with sort of a skeletonized hour hand. Yeah, so it is a green. With maybe a blue on the outside. Of course, it's the middle of the day here, so that's not really very fair lume shot. At some point I'm going to have to go back through and do more detailed videos of the watches in my collection, including, I guess, to start with, a state of the collection video. Let's get this on wrist and see what it looks like. Bracelet feels really nice. It's sort of a matte. And we've got two buckles, or two stays, I should say. There we go. Okay, so that's not altogether, yeah, it screws down really well. The crown is really nice action on it. It's big. It's a big one. There's no doubt about that. It's pretty big. What else do we have here? Just the pillow for the watch itself, and then we have a warranty instruction and registration. So this is an American company based out of Deerfield Beach, Florida, and I guess they've been around probably 30 years or so. I would imagine that a lot of their manufacturing is probably taking place in Asia, but I'll be honest, I don't really have all of the information. I just like the idea of having another GMT, having another titanium cased watch, getting something really big and ridiculous. And with this dial color, again, a sapphire insert on the bezel with loomed indices. So there were a few things here that I just wanted to, um, tick off the box with one watch and add it to the collection. And with a Seiko NH34, I don't have any concerns about its reliability. The buckle itself has branded with the Aragon name in its particular font, so that's very nice. All right, again, I don't have too much to say about it other than I'm excited to have a big old diver for the summer coming up, and I look forward to wearing this and testing it out. Feels pretty nice. It is solid. There's a lot of titanium there, so if this was steel, obviously it would be probably 40% heavier. But as it is, this is still pretty substantial, and I have to admit I like that. I like substantial watches, something you don't forget you have on your wrist. I think that for as many people that don't like heavy watches, there are an equal number of us who do. And despite being titanium, it feels pretty heavy, pretty substantial. And so I'm endeared to that immediately. Well, guys, I guess that wraps it up. I've got another watch on its way, and hopefully during the break, I'll be able to do that unboxing video as well. Take care, everybody. Please share a like, subscribe, hit the notification, etc., etc. If you want to see more unboxing and watch-related content. I should say, I was going to do an unboxing video for that winder you see over my shoulder there. The same day that arrived in the mail, a watch winder also arrived from Amazon right there in the corner there. Now, I had originally ordered a watch winder that's sort of a piano lacquered wood box that winds 2 watches. I had ordered one that's 3 times larger than that could wind 6 watches simultaneously with, I think, another 8 watches that you could have there in the front on display. And I canceled that order because I thought it was coming from China, and it was actually a price too high for me to be able to import. So I put in a cancellation through Amazon, and they accepted the cancellation. But to my surprise, after receiving this cyclotester here, which also winds 6 watches for half the price that I paid for the box, I got this cargo later in the afternoon, and the box said watch winder on it, and I was quite surprised because I hadn't even paid the import tax on it. I don't know how I got this without paying the import tax because it came from China. So I knew from the size of the box that it was already the wrong order, so it killed my inspiration to do an unboxing video of either of those 2 items. And I really didn't want to go through the hassle of having to send that box back to China. And I contacted the seller on Amazon and informed them that they sent me the wrong box. But then they replied that no, they sent me the right box. It's just that the photo on the Amazon website was for the larger box. And they pointed out that it said on the item page that it was only for 2 watches to be wound. And so it was misleading because of the photography. And of course, the Amazon site that I use here in Turkey has it all written in Turkish. And so even though I understand a fair bit of Turkish, I don't translate each and every bit of information on the page. So the seller through Amazon agreed to refund me 50% of the price that I paid for that. And I paid 3,500 25 lira for something I thought was going to be 3 times bigger, and they gave me half my money back, and I just received that refund this morning. So, kudos, good on that seller for refunding 50% of the money, despite the fact that the price that I paid was for that box, and the photography was the only thing that confused or misled me. So I'm glad that they did refund it, and I kept it, of course, because I've got 2 watches in there that are perpetually winding, and then another 3 watch that you can put in there just to sort of store and or display. So anyway, yeah, now I can keep some of my watches wound without wearing 2 watches on my wrists when I get home from work or hang out here on the weekends. That was getting a little bit old, and I knew it was properly time for me to get some more watch winders. I was just a little bit intimidated about having so much space taken up by this ginormous watch winder slash display case. And in retrospect, now I'm kind of happy that I have this smaller one for 2 of my better Swiss watches, and then these are sort of watches that are in a constant rotation. And then I've got some quartz watches that are sitting in that smaller box as well. That obviously don't need wound, but that's a nice place to store them. Okay, guys, like I said, please like, share, and subscribe for more content in the watch realm. Cheers, everybody.